Alright, we got a little technical difficulty, but this is part two anyway, man. What you think the plus and minuses of soy 6, brother? Running behind the chicas and the women, the ladies.
I think you're 85. You fight 85.
A little
15. 85-15. I think it's about a 15% chance that you can be successful. 85% chance that you're going to fail.
Okay.
Bad odds.
Do you want to see more people of color out here?
I do. I do. We already know America is not ours. We know that system was not made for us.
Right, the white man.
There are some that can kind of enjoy that system and thrive in that system, but it's not everybody. We know that it will never be fair. It will never be fairly judged over there. You can be successful there. That's one thing that you got to like about it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we know that's not a system that's not built for us.
Right.
We know that we're never going to get equal treatment in the prison, not prison, but the legal system. We know that they can get away with things that we can't get away with.
Facts.
We know when we go for loans, we're going to pay a higher rate. We know when we have an interaction with the police, it's a lot more likely of a chance of it becoming a deadly situation.
Just like the brother, sorry to interrupt you real quick, that the police killed his son when he was robbing a car. So he ran the car straight into the cop that killed him.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was the cop that killed him.
I don't think it was. That was my only issue with it because I don't think
he just killed some random deputy.
I think it was random. Yeah. I haven't read everything up on it, but I think it was random, not the person who actually did it. I would rather go after the person that was responsible for my pain.
Right.
Not the people.
But you know what the rage of losing your son and all that? You know what I mean?
Trust me, I know. Especially when you put the energy and the time into developing a good kid.
Right.
If you had to come to terms with that loss, I can't say I wouldn't do something similar.
Right.
But the only thing I would say is it would be directly towards the people that cause the pain, not just random people because they wear the same uniform.
Right. So we talked about earlier about you stepping in the game just a little more. We're trying to navigate brothers and be more of where to stay, what car to rent, what lawyer to use, or Thai visa, right? Because the visa is very prevalent, very serious. Like I said, since you met me, there's always been a problem with my visa. I've had 30-day overstays, and I've had 35-day overstays, and then recently a 3-day overstay. I'm the overstay bandit.
Ooh, that's a little risky right now. They're very much cracking down on that. So, you see it in the U.S. You got to have your papers right.
Gotta have your papers right.
I mean,
ICE.
They mess around and had a Thailand ICE out here.
Facts.
You're gonna be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I try to make sure that I'm on the up and up. I've had an overstay, but at least I had a good excuse. The hospital had my passport, so that's my only time I've ever been to overstay. So,
right.
Be careful with that.
You said you have ran into one brother that came out here with nothing in his pocket and got a job online and made it.
Yeah. I think the guy was a truck driver. He stacked up his money. He came out here. He took some online classes for the IT stuff. After that, he got certified and all that with the IT stuff. He was able to get a job. He stayed out here. He kept grinding and got more and more proficient on his IT stuff. And he's out here having a great time. I don't know if he's still with the young lady. He had met a nice young lady at a certain point in time. I don't know if he's still with her or not, but that's one of the few success stories. I'm not sure too many younger guys that come out here without a skill and are able to do what he did. A lot of guys I know out here are retired military, cops, firefighters, usually guys with pensions or a nice 401.
Right. Now, you said that, and I said I want to incorporate this in my lifestyle, because I didn't come out here with a lot of bread, but I'm hustling. But you said you treat yourself once a month to something Americanized, like say you want a new shirt, or you want, say, a new Fat Boy CD or something, but you treat yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of the real American products out here are most of the time 3 to 4 times more expensive than they are in the U.S. So just once a month, I'll allow myself to buy maybe 2 boxes of U.S. brand cereal. Last time I think I bought honeycombs, it was 2 boxes and it was about $25. I've bought Johnsonville brats. They were like 420 baht. And they're probably 200 baht in the States.
Facts.
Pillsbury dough biscuits, creamy wheat.
Okay.
The red box with the brother on the cover. And all that stuff is 300-400 baht. It's definitely 3 to 4 times higher than what we're gonna pay in the States. So once a month, I let myself have a creature comfort.
Right. Now let me ask you a question. When you were telling me, because I told you I was staying in a guest house, the advice you gave me, like, yo, and I said, yo, what up, Tom? OG Tommy Johnson. What you think is the limit I should stay in a guest house? Because right now I'm spending about the same as I would be spending on something official, like an apartment. To where my whole point is my woman be in the room, Tommy coming over. My woman ain't got to be in the studio where she dive in to go in the bathroom to put on some clothes.
Right.
So I've seen some fly apartments, but you said you gave me about 6 months to a year to get right.
Yes.
So you just want to elaborate why you said like the area and just go into it.
I just think early on, it kind of goes in cycles when you come here, young and single. At first you start off, I call it the Pattaya Triangle. Soy Bucal, Soy 6, Walking Street. So when you first get here, it's exciting. It's wow, look at all the lights, look at all the colors. I'm having fun, all the alcohol. You really walking around doing kind of what you want to do, and there's no problems. But you're only going to do that for so long.
Facts.
After a while, you get to a point where you start enjoying the other parts of Pattaya. You start going to the Temple of Truth, you go to the seafood market. Now you're hanging out on rooftops where the drinks are a little bit more pricey, but it's a lot more of a relaxed environment. Ain't nobody coming up to you asking you to buy me a drink.
Right.
You'll start enjoying the beach, beach events, the free concerts they have out here.
Let me ask you a quick question. For the bigger brothers that coming out here like myself, what do you recommend, like if they didn't bring enough clothes like myself?
I would recommend you find some of the cheap tailors out here.
Okay.
And have your shirts or have your cargo shorts, have it made. You can probably get, even in the bigger sizes, it might cost you somewhere between $35 to $70 to have stuff made, depending on the size and the material that you want and the quality that you want.
Right.
You want a nicer quality, you're closer towards 70.
Right.
Maybe something just cheap just to get away with, you can wear it 4 or 5 times, it's gonna be closer to $30
right.
for a shirt. So for a bigger brother, I would say have your stuff tailored, and you're gonna look better because it's gonna be, they're gonna fit it to you.
Right. So you get suited and booted when it's time to step out, you and your lady.
Yeah. Last year when me and my wife went to the gala, I had just a vest, a shirt, a tie, and some pants. I had them made. I think I paid just over $200, maybe $220.
Okay.
And let's say it was tailored, it was fit to me. I was happy with my purchase.
Okay. Now, kicking chicken, like I said, to me, is number one because of the price and the food. Like, you know what I mean? Like, food's only gonna be to me because I'm a big brother. There's only like a certain amount of like, chicken gonna be chicken. Pancakes gonna be pancakes. Egg omelet gonna be an egg omelet, depending on how they cook it or whatever. But like I said, you heard like certain brothers said, yo, it was okay. It wasn't all that.
And that's fine for everybody to have an opinion.
Like I said, but we always talked about you being the mom and pop place, where like you want to get a quick sandwich. Cause to me, kicking chicken is number one. Cause of you, 100%. The food is dope too.
Yeah. For the people who like lived in Maryland, who understand like the snack box, the snack spots where you pick up 3 wings and a fry. That's kind of more of our lane. One thing I like about the spots out here is like it feels like everybody kind of has their lane.
Okay.
Culture, they have a specific lane. So Bistro, they have a specific lane. Munchie, he's doing what he's doing.
Munchie's owned by a brother? I didn't know that.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
MJ's Pizza.
Shout out to MJ.
Like I said, everybody's got something that they can contribute to the pot.
Right.
Everybody got stuff that, that you'll like, or stuff that you won't like. You know, even me, I go to all these spots. You know, maybe not every day, but I try to at least get in there once a month,
Right.
or once every other month. You know, Soul Bistro. What's the other one? Culture. I just went to Munchies for the first time today. And everybody has something that I like. You know, I think that you should try at a restaurant. You should try 3 different things,
Right,
to really see whether you like it or not.
but like I said, every time I've been in there's people in there. Like Kicking Chicken ain't suffering at all. Like and like I said, I want to give you your flowers, dog, because and that's, you know what I mean. Like, it's a place where you can go to chill. Like, when you there, like, you're getting a real conversation. You're a huge Dallas Cowboy fan, which is dope.
Not never.
Great food. Yes. We're gonna get you the jersey and all that, courtesy of the T.M.I channel. Shout out to the world's leading Dallas Cowboy fan right here. He always gets mad when I say that shit. You originally from where? Baltimore?
Originally from Delaware, about
Delaware.
30 minutes south of Philly.
Okay, so elementary school, junior high school, Delaware. There's niggas in Delaware?
You gotta remember, we about 30 minutes from Philly.
Okay, shout out to Delaware. Well, I'm gonna get right to the point, man. How can we, me, you, and all these brothers, get brothers on a plane? How can we? Because they say it's too far, there's too many lady boys, and the chicks are 65 pounds wet. How can we get brothers on a plane?
You can't, and you shouldn't. You know, if they don't want to enjoy this, or they can't see the beauty in this, let them stay home.
What if they don't know, though? What if your man, say he came home from prison and all that? We talked about that in the last interview and shit. So make sure you go check out Tommy's last interview. Did like 6,000, whatever. But what if they don't know? What if your man did prison time, came home 5 years ago that you don't know he home? He's built up his money. He's working at Best Buy. He's working in the warehouse. And he said, oh shit, this is my brother Tommy, online, YouTube, Thailand. And he saves his money, comes to Thailand, goes to Tommy like, hey, I'm thinking about moving out here. How does he get, say, his boy who thinks there's nothing but lady boys, skinny women, and it's a long, annoying flight? Talk to him, man. Talk to him.
You can't. So part of the problem is you can't really explain what this is or how it really
Facts.
works.
You gotta be here.
You have to come. So once you hear about it from somebody that you know, trust, you're comfortable with, you know, after that, anything's just an excuse.
Facts.
You know what I mean? If you want it bad enough, you'll make your way out here. You know, there was a point in time when I was making about like maybe 45,000. I was still getting out to Asia twice a year. You got to decide what's important to you. Are those new Jordans important to you?
Amen. Amen.
You know,
No weed, no Jordans, no 8, whatever it is, 8 ounce, whatever my man used to get, 8, whatever. You gotta pull back. You gotta really want this. Like I told you my situation, obviously from my actions and what I told you I had in savings, I really want this. So, and I'm been facilitating, I told you I got moves I'm making. So it shows to you like, yo, this dude really wants it.
right, because this is not, you know, this is not something that you can kind of have to. You know what I mean? It's kind of like boxing. You know what I'm saying? You can't play boxing.
No.
You got to be a boxer.
Right, you gotta take a couple bloody nose.
Right. You can't, you know, put one foot in and one foot out.
Facts.
This is a commitment. So, you know, yes, of course you want to do some research and get some background, but until you come here, you can't talk about being here.
Right.
You know, it's a lot of guys that maybe been here one trip, 2 trips, and they've only been to certain areas and they got a lot to say.
Right.
I mean, that's cool. We talk about your experience, but just try not to spit it as if that you know so much and you got so much experience.
Right.
You know?
Like I said, this is Tommy, OG Tommy Johnson, Kicking Chicken, military veteran. Thank you for your service again and again. You know what I mean? Because my fat ass wasn't out there. Also, though, like, just tell people all that, like, you nice with your hands, brother.
Yeah. I've got some time in the ring, and yeah, I've done my MMA.
You know,
training
slouch.
and all that stuff. So yeah.
Like, pull up slow.
Right.
Like,
So-
if you don't have the right attitude and the right ambition, even with the hurt shoulder and all that,
Right.
pull up
So-
slow.
Right. You know, so like I said, it's too many Muay Thai gyms out here. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be too hard to say, hey, look, we gonna meet up. This is what we gonna do. Put the gloves on. Bite down on your mouthpiece.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's
And like I
too
said, we had something called War Wednesdays, where everybody was bloody. You know what I mean? Like, don't come here thinking like they're gonna take it easy on you. Like, I used to fall asleep at the light when I was driving home because my neck hurt. You know what I mean? Because I'm not tucking my chin in and all that. You know what I mean? But like I said, there's a lot of other lanes for you, brother, out here where you could educate brothers. Maybe self-defense. Maybe like visa agent. Maybe we need you in this war, brother.
I had my time, man. And now it's my time to chill, relax, sell some good wings. Try to make
How good are the
smile.
wings, brother? Tell us the truth. How good are the wings?
Hey, I think we got the best wings.
I like the
in
wings.
Thailand. You know, I think what we're doing, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I want to say I'm the wing king of Thailand.
Woo!
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna put it out there. The wing
Say
king
it
of
again.
Thailand.
Say it
The
again.
wing king of Thailand.
Wing King of Thailand, man. Shout out to Flip Flop. He co-signed that. He the wing king of Sasua and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I can't wait to go over there and pop in his spot one day.
so come Halloween, brother. That's when all the brothers go. Halloween.
We'll see.
Okay, October. Okay, so because we got a couple brothers and shit. Shout out to my man. My opinion don't count. And Ty stories and shit. Tyson stories and all that. But like I said, I think Kicking Chicken offers more than just chicken. What is born? I'm gonna say that.
Right, you know, because it's nice for us to have a spot where when you walk in, you hear music that you're familiar with.
Facts.
You know.
Oh yeah, especially the R&B. You go hard with the R&B.
Yeah. Some of the new stuff, I'm not really feeling that, you know, the YN energy.
What's your exact age, black man?
46.
Okay, 46. Okay, so you a youngin'. You was one of the little niggas I was chasing out of the street, like, yo, fuck you, nigga. Word up.
I was a young knucklehead too.
Okay, yeah, because I met your sergeant. I'm going to tell everybody a quick story. I met his sergeant. His sergeant really told me, like, Tommy's about that. Like, he had to pull him aside a couple times, like, yo, back in the days, Tommy was no joke. In the military.
Yeah.
Word up. But like I said, there's no genuine, more authentic, great dude. And I think, like I said, you got to get back on YouTube, brother, but you're the most official out here. I'm going to say that, for me personally.
I hope not. You know, I hope that.
You gotta strap the boots on one more time. There's one more war.
I want everybody to just come out here, enjoy themselves, you know, relax, enjoy the peace that's out here. You know, peace that.
Can brothers reach out to you if they need to on your channel? You on Facebook and you on Instagram?
I'm on Instagram. I don't even remember what my handle is. The social media thing. I don't take it too serious. You know, I do have a YouTube channel, Tommy1527, but I don't post on
Say it
that.
again, Tommy.
Tommy1527.
Okay, what about the Kickin' Chicken channel?
Kicking Chicken is its own separate entity.
Okay.
I have my own Instagram. It's my, you know, me doing my own
And the
thing.
pancakes are dope too.
Oh, okay.
I don't want everybody to sleep. I love the pancakes. And I told you, your woman shut me down because I stayed one block away. She was like, yo, if you on soy 6, I got you. I'm like, I'm on soy 4. She's like, no. Your woman ain't playing no games. Word up.
The radius is the radius.
She like Professor Griff of Kickin' Chicken. Word up.
Yeah. Well, the problem is like delivery. It's not always easy to do. You know, when it's raining, when you got different events, especially going down there. If you get stuck on Beach Road when they're having you know, a concert or something on the beach.
Okay.
You know, now I'm down an employee for an hour or two.
Okay.
And here it's real random. You never really know if you're going to get a rush or if you're going to get people kind of like, you know, come in single. You know, every 20 minutes somebody's popping their head in. So, you know.
And you got a mixture of not just black, white too.
Yeah.
What is more? I've been in there and it was
really good
fucking.
diversity.
Yeah, there's a lot of whites.
With our Thai food, we've gotten a lot more diverse with the Thai food.
Okay.
A lot of people like our Thai food. You know, some of them don't even really know the wings. They pop in, they look for some Thai food, and then they look on the menu and they're like, huh, I haven't seen that before. And boom, next thing you know, we got it.
Right. So like I said, you ain't suffering at all. Like you right there, like a three-way tie. I believe that.
Yeah, we do okay.
I believe that. Like I said, man, it's like, you know, I enjoy the breakfast. Like I said, during, you know, some recent times trying to cut down on weight, and you know what I mean? But like I said, I would pick Kickin' Chicken every single time, man. That's a no cat. Like I said,
appreciate that endorsement.
because I wouldn't have got the knowledge I've gotten so far as like the confidence to do what I'm doing, if it wasn't for the conversations with Tommy, OG Tommy Johnson, and all that. You know what I mean?
But
But
like I said, I just want brothers to come out here, relax, enjoy themselves, not get in any trouble, and be able to enjoy Thailand for what's best for them. What makes them happy. And like I said, whether it's, you can have a coffee on the beach, sit, chill, and just watch the waves, or whether it's partying it up on Walker Street.
right.
If it's legal and it makes you happy and you can afford to do it, it's not hurting you financially, physically, mentally, socially, whatever, and it makes you happy. I want you to do that within the limits of the law, of course.
So you want brothers to succeed. It isn't like you want these brothers out here that be like, because there are brothers that like they don't want more blacks out here because they think it's gonna ruin it for them. Like their pants sagging, hat to the back, hat to the side. They don't want that. But it's like sometimes with hip hop culture that comes with that. I had a conversation with an older OG that was like, yo man, I got a hip hop culture. He's more like an Al Jarreau dude. I'm more like a Biggie Smalls, Mobb Deep dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So the only problem with me with that is not that I don't like it. It's just that I don't think it's really beneficial out here.
Facts. Okay.
I think it doesn't mesh well with the culture out here.
Right. How ties? Well, my woman, she been around me so much that she know. Like I say word a lot, so she's like word. I'm like word, baby. So I said something to her one time really quick, and she's like, cause I broke it down to her like how to use it and how to say it. So I'm like, baby, you understand? Word. I was like, good girl, good girl.
That is one thing interesting with it.
They pick up quick. They're like chameleons.
Yeah. When it comes to language, they are very skilled, and they will pick up on little things you mean, that you say a lot, that that you do. They're watching. They notice all this.
Right. Facts. Facts. Let me ask you a question. A quick story. What is the craziest thing that happened at Kickin' Chicken? Make sure I go to Kickin' Chicken. Like you were like, yo, this is crazy. Like, what is the most wildest thing like you like out of this world like in Kickin' Chicken as a business owner?
I don't know. Like I said, we're pretty. I don't know.
Under the radar?
Yeah. Like I've had to kick people out before.
Okay. No jiu-jitsu on him or?
He got the message.
He got the boom back.
We'll just say that
he got the boom back.
That it was time for him to leave.
He got the boom back.
He got the message that it was time for him to leave.
Okay. Wifey was screaming, "Stop it, Tommy! Stop it!"
No.
Okay.
She understands when it's time to handle business. That's my lane, and I need to handle that.
Okay. I hope it wasn't a black man.
No.
Thank God.
European guy.
A lot of people say the Europeans are the ones, like the Australian and the English are the ones that are wilding out.
Yeah, they can be very reckless with the mouth, and I'm not going to let somebody, people come in and disrespect my staff.
Right. Okay, that's what the situation was about?
Yeah.
Okay.
And too reckless. And some people have this opinion that all the girls who work in restaurants
you told me that before.
Are, night entertainers, we'll say.
Right.
And they're not. Not all of them are. You know what I mean? If you happen to meet one and you'll have a good time, whatever, that's on you. But that doesn't mean that she's working at the bar. She's automatically selling key at night.
What is it about Tommy, the owner of Kickin' Chicken, that people be surprised to know? Like, what is like, wow, I didn't even knew that. Even me, like
I don't know. I'm pretty open book, so.
You a singer? You can sing, nigga? Can you hold a note?
No. My musical talent was with the drums, so maybe that.
You a drummer?
I'm a drummer.
That's dope.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, I've done a couple parades up in New York.
Word? You been to New York how many times?
Maybe lifetime. Maybe about 10 times.
Dope.
Manhattan.
Was you a rapper when you were younger?
No. We were a drill team.
I'm saying, but were you ever like got on the microphone?
No.
Okay.
Never was my thing.
Okay.
I was too busy with
combat
sports like wrestling and drums. That's what I did.
I always found it's very hard to go against wrestlers. There's one white dude, we playing like tag football, got out of hand, and he put me on the ground in like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
This is probably like 9th grade.
Yeah.
And he kind of just like left me there until I calmed down.
Yeah.
So a wrestler
tend to be a little stronger, balancing kinetic energy, stuff like that. You kind of understand a little bit better. You understand angles, takedowns, joint manipulation. So when a wrestler gets on top of you, it's a very miserable time for you.
Facts. If you could sell Thailand to a dude that's thinking about it, in a short, like whatever, like how could you sell Thailand to people? Like I know you say it's up to them, but how would you sell it?
I was selling on him getting what he wants.
Ooh, not just women.
Not just women. That could be financial. What it's costing to live out here. It could be peace of mind, sitting out on the beach enjoying a coffee with nobody bothering you. It could be the ease of meeting a genuine woman, and not having to, deal with somebody who thinks the first date has to be Ruth Chris. It could be time. You can come out here and really enjoy yourself, learn how to play a music instrument, open a small business.
YouTube.
You can do YouTube out here if that's something you have a passion for. If you a guy who likes to smoke, you got dispensaries out here. So more than likely, if I was going to sell somebody, I would sell it to them by what they want. It's almost like a car dealership. If somebody comes to a car dealership and says, "Hey, I want a minivan," I would start telling them about space and stuff like that is involved in the minivan. All the little features. Oh, you got TVs in the headrest. You got this soda cooler back here. Oh, you look at all the space you got. I wouldn't be trying to sell them a fast car if they say they want a minivan. And that's the way I would approach Thailand. What is it that you want? And let's see how Thailand can fit what you want.
What's your most favorite meal? Say just separate Tommy from Kickin' Chicken. You're going there for a meal. What's your most favorite meal in Kickin' Chicken? Your personal favorite that you got to go there every time for.
I would say the pork chop, which is I know we're a chicken place, but I would say the pork chop.
Okay, so basically, you specialize in chicken wings.
Yeah, chicken is definitely our bread and butter.
Okay.
We have pretty good Thai food too, but as far as the American food, I think chicken is our bread and butter.
That's dope. I think I think after that, number 2 is breakfast. Your breakfast is official. I like the grits.
Yeah, the breakfast tacos are really good.
Right.
The breakfast tacos are really good. The salsa we hand make the salsa and all that kind of stuff.
And you deliver. For all you brothers, they deliver. To a certain extent, because this woman shut me down. I was just 1 block away, and I asked Tom, and Tom told me no. She said no. Word up. She said, we go to soy 5, you on soy 4, we can't do it.
Right. I'm working on trying to hire a delivery driver.
Like a strictly delivery driver.
Right. And we'll work out a deal with him. So that's one of the things I'm working on now. But like I said, I got some things I got to take care of before I can even get back to that.
Okay. Chicken, like I said, Kickin' Chicken to me is YouTuber friendly. Even though he says women kind of funny about it, but once some of you YouTubers go out there, film it, do reviews, because there ain't a lot really bad to say. Like I said, I enjoy the spot. Just you never there when I'm there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you got new things. What are the new things you're adding on to the menu? Because like I said, you had the donut burger and that was dope, but I wanted to try it. But you said you're trying to improve it.
Yeah. The donut burger is not really where I wanted to be at, so I think I may need to do a little retraining with my staff.
The cook.
Yeah, with the cooks, because I want to make sure that they can consistently kind of keep the quality somewhat the same.
Okay.
So that way, what you get when you say, "Oh, the burger is great," and then somebody else gets it, and they're going to say the same thing.
Okay.
I don't want you to be like, "Damn, I had the burger and it was great," and somebody else be like, "Oh, it's nasty."
It's always gonna be like that, though.
Yeah, to a degree.
And you sell beers and drinks and all. You still got the Kickin' Chicken drink?
Yeah,
that was dope. I was the first one to try it.
Right. When we were testing it, we do have a specialty drink. Chicken on the beach.
Chicken on the beach.
So definitely a very good drink. Definitely our signature drink. We do cocktails, which you don't really find everywhere here. I mean, you'll get people that do like, Jack and Coke, stuff like that. But actual real cocktails, we actually do cocktails.
How was Thanksgiving and the Super Bowl in Kickin' Chicken?
The Super Bowl was fun. Thanksgiving, I don't think we really did anything for Thanksgiving. We had a plan. We were supposed to get a catering event, but it fell through. But the Super Bowl, we had a good time.
Okay.
Everybody loved it. Except, as long as they were Eagles fans. I don't think the Kansas City fans, they didn't have too much fun.
You're not from Philly.
You know what I'm saying? Well, anybody who knows, Wilmington, Delaware knows that you might as well be an extension of Philly. If you drop somebody off in Wilmington, Delaware, took them in the helicopter, dropped them back off in Philly, they wouldn't know the difference.
Okay, it's very close to Delaware and Philly, though, right?
30 minutes on 95. You'll be I could be at the airport in Philly from my house, in Delaware, maybe 45 minutes at the most.
Right. Do you have a problem with watching sporting events like 6, 7, 8, 9 in the morning?
Yes.
Like, do you oversleep? Because I oversleep all the Knicks games.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, that's just one of the things you got to learn, and make sure you go to bed at night, a little early sometimes.
Facts.
Or, you could be a real soldier, hit flex up at 3 in the morning, and then about 6 leave out and go, find a spot playing the game.
Word.
So
you say you still go to 808 and flex and Soy 6 every now and then?
Yeah, every now and then. Sometimes we get customers that want to hang out, or somebody I know from in town, they want to hang out, and I'm just kind of go with them. They want 808, if they want flex, if they want I-bar, Maju bar. I'll pop my head in there every now and then.
Right.
I try to support as much as I can.
Are they reciprocating back to you though?
Yes,
your brothers?
in general, most people.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's beautiful.
So,
do you think in like 10 years there'll be more African American businesses out here? I think so.
No, I don't think so.
No? No?
I don't think so. I think we'll get more than what we have now, but business-wise out here is very funny, very fickle, very chaotic.
You gotta have a woman.
I think that's one of the big things is that they don't have to be a woman, but you really need a Thai person in your corner to really kind of speed things up.
Right.
To really help you with understanding the culture, help you understand how the employees work, how they think. What should you pay them to make sure you're not overpaying for your employees. So you really need a good Thai person. Can be a wife, can be a homeboy, whatever, whoever you trust. But definitely you're going to need help because it's a different work culture here.
Right. Okay. Like I said, we got a lot out of you. Like I said, I want to do another, sit down, chat with you and Kick and Chicken before your surgery and all that. Make sure y'all go to Kick and Chicken and all that. Say like whatever, like you just coming out here, what are some of the things that they should do when they come out here? Some of the new guys. I'm talking day one, never been to Thailand before.
Massage for sure.
Okay.
A nice 2-hour massage, I would say.
Not the milk one.
No, regular massage.
Okay.
But hey, look, I don't judge.
Okay.
If 2 consenting adults, y'all agree, y'all have your fun, y'all, whatever it is. 2 consenting adults, not my business.
Okay.
But I would say definitely want to come out here, get a nice little 2-hour massage, maybe 1-hour foot massage, 1-hour Thai massage, or back massage, whatever is going to work for you. But definitely, first thing I like to do off the plane, try to find a massage.
Okay. Thailand for the win, because you've been in a lot of countries. Name all the countries you've been real quick.
Kenya, Germany, Spain, Mexico, Dominican Republic, Korea, Japan, Philippines, DR. I think that's around about it.
Okay.
I'm sure I'm forgetting one, but if you want to count my contractor stuff, Afghanistan, Iraq, Dubai.
You ever get homesick?
No, only thing I miss is my family. I don't really miss the US.
Your son.
I miss my family.
You got one son, right?
I got a son and I got a daughter.
And a stepdaughter.
And a stepdaughter. So I got a daughter and a stepdaughter.
Okay.
My daughter don't talk to me, so it is what it is.
Okay.
Guys who have had that have had bad baby mamas, you know how it is. It wasn't I wasn't supporting my kid. I paid
No
my
condom
child
game.
support. I did things above my child support. I bought birthday gifts. I bought, new shoes for the first day of school, new outfits for the first day of school. I paid healthcare benefits. Actually, I overpaid on child support. She owed me child support at this point.
Wow.
That's another story. How the states they quick to start your child support, but it's
Right.
crazy how what you got to go through to have it stopped.
I'll take another one. Thank you.
So,
One. Yeah, like I said, dog, Kick and Chicken, like to me, there's number one. Then there's a certain distance and all that, but like I said, like you told me, move closer, get out of the monotonous and all that, man. And like I said, man, you need to start consultation, and you said you're looking into getting to helping brothers when they traveling and all that, and residency and all that, and how to move, because like I said, you helped me like 60%. Other people helped me like the other 40. and other brothers gonna need that. You know what I'm saying? Like I think the next show gonna be on some old what to do when moving to Thailand.
Right, yeah. I mean, if guys hit me up, I usually try to meet them at the shop. You know what I mean? If they need a little advice or they need what.
So they can meet you at the shop. They can contact your Instagram and meet you at the shop. That's what's up.
Yeah, let me find my Instagram.
Yeah, find your Instagram real quick. Hurry up, because you're getting running out of space. Shout out y'all go to Kickin' Chicken, man. Say the address real quick, Kickin' Chicken.
Pratamak Soy Ha.
Okay.
So high. Pratamak Soy 5.
Okay, say Kickin' Chicken Instagram patio.
Right. You can always Google it.